In this video, we will discuss gate questions on digital and analog filters. So we are given LTI system with impulse response h of n is equal to 5 delta of n minus 7 delta of n minus 1 plus 7 delta of n minus 3 minus 5 delta of n minus 4. We have to find the type of filter. So we will take the Z transform. We get h of z equal to 5 minus 7z inverse plus 7z minus 3 minus 5 z to power minus 4. We are taking first Z transform of this. Now for low frequency put z equal to 1. So h of z for z equal to 1 will be 0. For high frequency put z equal to minus 1. So in this put z equal to minus 1. So z will again be equal to 0. So both low and high frequency are blocked. So it is clear that it is a band pass filter, because band pass filter blocks both low and high frequencies. This question is from 2016. So direct form structure is shown. We have to find the filter type. This is x of n. These are two unit delays. Then this is 5 and 5. So this is the multiplier. So y of z will be equal to first we take the z transform. So y of z will be equal to 5x of z, because x of n is multiplied by 5 and two unit delays are there. So we get minus, and this is going to a negative sign. So minus 5 z inverse z to power minus 2 x of z. So taking the impulse response of this, we get h of z equal to 5 1 minus z to power minus 2. Again for low frequency put z equal to 1, and for high frequency put z equal to minus 1. So both low and high frequency are blocked, hence it is band pass filter. In this question, a system with transfer function h of z has impulse response h of n defined as h of 2 equal to 1, h of 3 equal to minus 1 and h of k equal to 0 otherwise. So we have to consider the following statements. S1, h of z is low pass filter, and statement 2, h of z is an FIR filter. So we have to find which of the statement is true. So we see that the impulse response exists for finite duration, because there are only two points where there is an impulse response, h of 2 and h of 3, and impulse response is 0 otherwise. So it is clear that it is an finite impulse response filter. So statement 2 is right. Now we have to check for the second statement. For statement 1, h of z is low pass filter. So we can write h of n as delta n minus 2, because h of 2 is 1, and minus 1 delta of n minus 3, because h of 3 is minus 1. So again take z transform h of z equal to z to power minus 2 minus z to power minus 3. Again put for low frequency z equal to 1 in this. Z equal to 1 will be 0, and for high frequency put z equal to minus 1. So h of z will be 2. So the low frequency is blocked and high frequency is passed, because h of z is 0 for z equal to 1 and h of z is 2 for z equal to minus 1. So it is an high pass filter. Now we are given in the next question from 2006 electrical, we are given pole 0 plot of 3 discrete time systems PQR on Z plane. So this is the pole 0 plot of P. There are 2 poles at origin and 1 0 at here at minus 1. This is the unit circle. There are 2 poles at imaginary axis 0.5 minus 0.5 and 2 zeros on the unit circle in Q, and in R there are 2 poles here and here, 2 zeros here and here, and 2 poles on the imaginary axis. So for P, 0 is at minus 1 and plus 1, 0 is at minus 1 and plus 1, and 2 poles are at 0. So the h of z we can write as z square minus 1 upon z square. Put z equal to 1 for low frequency and put z equal to minus 1 for high frequency. So both are 0, hence it is a band pass filter. For Q, we have 0 at -1 and +1, and pole at 0.5 j and -0.5 j. So the impulse response will be h of z equal to z square minus 1, z minus 0.5 j, and z plus 0.5 j, which is equal to z square minus 1 upon z square plus 0.5. So again, for low frequency put z equal to 1, and for high frequency put z equal to -1. Both are 0, so it is band pass filter. For R, there is again zeros at -1 and +1, and poles are at +j and -j. So the impulse response will be z -1 upon z plus 1, z minus j, and z plus j. Again put z equal to 1 for low frequency and z equal to -1 for high frequency. So both are 0, so it is band pass filter. So all of these are band pass filters. Moving to the fifth question, we have this is from GATE 2015 electrical SAT 03. So we are given a continuous time LTI system with system function h of w with the following pole 0 plot. So we have to find what of which statement is true. So this is the pole 0 plot. This is pole, this is 0, this is 0, this is pole, this is 0, this is pole, this is pole, and this is 0. Now we can see that all poles and zeros are symmetrical with respect to this imaginary axis. This imaginary axis, with respect to this imaginary axis, this 0 and this pole are symmetrical. This 0 and this pole are symmetrical. This 0 and this pole are symmetrical. This pole and this 0 are symmetrical. So all poles and zeros are symmetrical with respect to j omega axis, hence it is an all pass filter. So the filter gain will be constant for all frequencies in all pass filter. So the correct statement is D, h of omega equal to constant for all the frequencies. Now moving to the next question, we have for an all pass system h of z equal to z inverse minus b upon 1 minus a z inverse, where h of e to the power minus j omega equal to 1 for all of omega. So if real part of a is not equal to 0, imaginary part of a is not equal to 0, then we have to find the value of b. So in digital filter, if a filter has to be an all pass filter, then poles and zeros must be reciprocal conjugates of each other. So in this filter, first we have to find zeros and poles. So for 0 we put numerator equal to 0, z inverse minus b equal to 0. So z will be equal to 1 upon b. This is the 0. And for pole we put denominator equal to 0. So 1 minus a z inverse equal to 0. So 1 will be equal to a by z. So z equal to a. This is the location for 0 and this is the location for pole. So 0 is at 1 upon b and pole is at a. So in digital filter, to be an all pass filter, pole and zeros must be reciprocal conjugates of each other. So if pole is at a, then the 0 must be reciprocal conjugate of a, which is 1 upon a star, 1 upon a conjugate. So but 0 is at 1 upon b, we have found from here. So 1 upon b will be equal to 1 upon a conjugate, hence the value of b will be a conjugate. So the correct option is b. This is the next question. We are given that a signal is processed by a causal filter with transfer function g of s. For a distortion free output, the signal waveform g of s must be. So these 4 statements are given, we have to find which is true. So for any filter, the gain must be constant in its pass band. So the gain must be constant for all the frequencies of the pass band. This is a property for a filter whose gain is distortionless. And when we pass any input through a filter to get output, there will be delay. So if y of n is the output and x of n is the input, then y of n will be equal to a x of n minus n naught, because there will be a delay from any input to get output. So we have applied DTFT, discrete time Fourier transform. We get y equal to a x of e to the power j omega, and using time shifting property, we get e to the power minus j omega n naught. So the impulse response will be h of e to the power j omega equal to a e to the power minus j omega n naught. So the magnitude is a and the phase is minus omega n naught. So the magnitude must be constant in the passband and phase is linearly proportional to omega, because n naught is a constant and omega is the frequency. So phase is linearly proportional to omega. Hence the correct answer is D. Provides linear phase shift proportional to frequency. Now this is the question. We are given a 4-point moving average filter defined by equation y of n equal to sigma I equal to 0 to 3 ai x of n minus I. So we have to find the condition on the filter coefficients that results in a null at zero frequency. So expanding this we get y of n equal to alpha naught x of n plus alpha 1 x of n minus 1 plus alpha 2 x of n minus 3 alpha 2 x of n minus 2 plus alpha 3 x of n minus 3, because it is given I equal to 0 to 3. Now take Z transform. We get h of z equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 z minus 1 plus alpha 2 z minus 2 plus alpha 3 z minus 3. So it is given that we have to find the condition on filter coefficient that results in a null at zero frequency. So for zero frequency, put z equal to 1 and equate h of z equal to 0 for z equal to 1. So when we put z equal to 1, then we get alpha naught plus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3, and for null condition we equate it equal to 0. So now you can check for all the options given in the questions. So the only option A is satisfies this equation, where alpha 1 equal to alpha 2 equal to 0 and alpha naught equal to minus alpha 3. So the correct answer is option A. Thank you.